Now, if you think it's tough to find a job, spare a thought for those under 25. In Spain, youth unemployment is a staggering 57%, and here in Australia it's around 18% in some states.
Now, we'll take a look at a breakdown of those youth unemployment figures for you. Tasmania has the highest rate with just over 22%. That's followed by the Australian Capital Territory with just under 19%. Northern Territory would seem to be doing the best with a figure of just under 14%. And young people will be offered help to get them into the workforce as part of a new worldwide support project being launched today. Recruitment company Adecco is running that project. Jeff Doyle is the company group's Chief Executive Officer. He's with us now, and the company also helped Daryl Kiley to find a job, and they join us both in the studio. Good morning.
Morning,
Jeff.
guys.
Daryl, good morning.
How are we?
Jeff, we'll start with you. What's Adecco trying to do?
Well, you mentioned some stats there globally, you know, you just look at the likes of Spain and Greece and in Italy. You know, 1 in 2 kids can't get a job. It's not so much a labour market issue. It's, to me, a looming social issue. And when you look at history over these periods as such, maybe extreme politics starts to come into play as well. So we're a large global staffing business. We think it's somewhat incumbent upon us to do something about that. So we're just trying to help in some small way. So we're launching a programme globally. There's about 10,000 Adecco colleagues going out onto the streets in over 50 countries across the world to see if we can assist young job seekers and school leavers.
In a broader sense, looking at policy prescriptions to bring down that youth unemployment level here in Australia, to start with, it's not just government, of course, business has a role to play as well.
It's a really good point. I don't get a sense that there's a really strong alignment between what schools and universities produce and what business needs. I mean, if you look at, we've got more and more kids finishing year 12, which is great. And then we've had, I think, a double-digit increase in the last 10 years of kids then going on to uni. Again, great. But when kids are getting to uni, they seem to be doing everything and anything they want, which I suppose you could present an argument that's a really positive thing. But are the kids job ready, and are we producing what business needs? I think there's a big question mark over that.
Daryl, Carly, can I turn to you? Was that your experience? I know that you did some study, didn't you, at Swinburne?
Yeah, I'm still at Swinburne now.
Yeah. And do you feel that the education you're getting there was making you job ready?
Not really. We get like a big broad range of things taught to us, like kind of briefly. Like we go into a lot more detail than what we ever did at high school or something, but when we go into the job, that's when we really learn how to do everything properly.
Yeah.
What would you like to see done better to help better prepare you for getting a job when you finish?
I'd like to know more what employers are looking for, because it's very hard for us to kind of even get through to an interview when we don't have any experience.
And I understand you went to Adecco for some sort of assistance, is that right?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were able to put him in a role there last week. Yeah.
So what do you go through?
And it's a permanent part-time role. So it's with a major bank. But what I would say, when kids are struggling to get their first start, maybe getting a temporary role or maybe getting a casual role in the sector, as Daryl has done, that they want to work in, it gives them a good start where they can build their skills base as opposed to just building their CV as such. So I think it's easier getting a full-time role from a part-time position. So that's just one of the things kids have got to maybe be somewhat conscious of.
It's a confidence thing as well, and you might be able to tell us about your experience, you know, feeling confident enough to sit through that job interview, to sell yourself as a prospective employee.
Yeah, well, Adecco helped me. They took me through like interview practice and stuff to kind of build up my skills a bit so that when I'm in an interview, I can kind of express myself a lot better. So I can kind of tell them what I can bring to them so they can, like, they'll see more in me and like more potential.
So the programme, guys, we're going to launch this morning, Way to Work, is basically if young job seekers or school leavers are in the job market, it's a one-stop shop. They can jump onto this programme, onto this website, Way to Work, and it's basically, it gives them all the tips and it gives them some guidance and some structure on how they can best kind of position themselves to get first role.
Jeff Doyle, Daryl Kiley, good to meet you both this morning. I'm sorry, getting way ahead of myself. Yeah, pretty time for me. Good luck with it.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, take care.
You need a coffee. I'll get you one.
I have one just here. I'm going to dive into it.
Drink it.
Now, overseas.